Yeah. Okay, I was really hyped for this chapter, really hyped, because this is the first chapter where we see Luffy fight someone who isn't Kaido. This is the first time we see Luffy use Gear 5 against someone else. And since Gear 5 is a godly devil fruit and Luffy turned into a god and he absolutely humiliated Kaido, then Luffy is of course going to destroy Rob Lutz in one punch, and of course it didn't happen, but you know what did happen? Some bullshit happened. So apparently everyone has an awakening now, except for Kaido, the strongest creature alive, because that makes sense. Rob Lutz shows up and he has an awakening. The only zone type awakened devil fruit users that we knew of were the jailers from Impel Town. And they were basically mindless massive beasts that were defeated very easily. Okay, but Rob Lutz, for some reason, has flames all over his body when he went to his awakening form. Because as we all know, leopards and big cats in the wild, they all breathe fire. They are all covered in fire. Okay, anyways, here's where I start having a problem. Kaido, the strongest creature alive. Kaido, top 3 strongest characters currently alive in the story. He did not have an awakening. But Law had an awakening, Kid had an awakening, Luffy had an awakening that completely changed his devil fruit, and now Rob Lutz has an awakening. Literally everyone gets an awakening besides Kaido and Big Mom, the 2 strongest villains in One Piece. How does that make any sense? And it gets even more ridiculous. So Luffy turned into a bullshit god before he turned into that bullshit god. Kaido was absolutely destroying him. Kaido was stomping Luffy out. And then Luffy turns into this bullshit god and he humiliates Kaido. He goes inside Kaido, turns into a balloon. He makes Kaido look pregnant. Then he stretches Kaido's eyeballs out. After that, he takes Kaido's dragon form and starts doing jumping ropes. And then he punches Kaido so hard that a nuclear explosion happens. A nuclear explosion happens from Luffy's punch. Kaido gets humiliated. The strongest creature alive was absolutely destroyed. And Luffy turned into a god. Like the only characters currently stronger than Luffy should be Im-sama, maybe Blackbeard, and that's it. After what Luffy did to Kaido, he should be able to defeat every single villain in one punch. But for some reason, in this chapter, Luffy and Rob Lutz were fighting like they were equal. How does that make any sense? Rob Lutz survived the chapter. He was completely without any scratches. So is Rob Lutz now stronger than Kaido? Is that what's going to happen? Every single old villain that we met before, they will come back 100 times stronger. Crocodile and all these guys will come back and they will be stronger than Kaido. It's absolutely insane what's happening. Rob Lutz currently lasted longer than Kaido fighting against Luffy. Luffy and Rob Lutz, they punched each other and Rob Lutz by the end of the chapter was completely fine, unharmed. There were even no scratches on him. I always said this one thing. If you turn Luffy into a bullshit god, if you make Luffy absolutely destroy Kaido, if you have Luffy doing jumping ropes with Kaido's dragon form, then in the future Luffy should be able to defeat everyone in one punch. I always said that when Luffy is so strong that he is a god level character, he has to fight another god. But now it seems it does not matter who he fights because the power levels are completely ridiculous. Literally any character can now be on the same level as a Yonko. Maybe Wapol will return next and he has an awakening and he's a Kaido level threat. He's a Yonko level threat. He's a god just like Luffy. And Luffy will struggle against him because Luffy not defeating Lutz in a single punch makes no sense at all. Anyways, that's all for now.